Welcome to the Black Educated Tea Podcast. I'm your host, Makeda Marie, and today's topic, we're talking about business owners. But as always, before we get to the topic at hand, let's talk about the tea that I have for today. So I'm just drinking a simple raspberry leaf tea. I just love the smell of it. I just absolutely love the smell of it. It's a kind of bitter tea. Just have to be frankly honest with you. It's a really bitter tea. So they add a little bit of honey to it, but it is raspberry leaf tea. It has a really lot of good benefits for it. It especially helps with memory. I'm getting a little older, so I'm getting forgetful at times. So I tend to try to keep things in my phone, and so this tea has also been helping me to remember things. As I get older. I'm just joking. I'm not old at all. But when you just have so many things you're trying to juggle and manage, and sometimes I just do forget things. So this tea has really been helping me to regain my memory on some things and not be as forgetful. So I'm drinking raspberry leaf tea. It has a lot of good benefits for it. And memory, boosting your memory is one of them. So this episode is going to be really brief. It's not going to be really long. I just wanted to really talk to the business owners out there. Yes, business owners. How are you today? How you guys doing? How you holding up for 2022? How's everything going? Is everything going smoothly? Is some things a little rocky right now? How's your business going? Because of course with businesses, just as with life, it has its ups and downs. You have those moments in your business where it's striving and everything is just going so marvelous, and then you have those moments where you just want to pull your hair out and you're like, oh man, these clients, these customers, it's all driving me crazy, these expenses, and my accountant is saying this and this and that. So yeah, so how are you doing? I just want to check up on you all. It's 2022. It's man, the year is flying by, I must say. We're almost halfway through the year, so just wanted to check on you business owners and see how you're doing. And I really just want to know what made you want to be an entrepreneur and start your business. For me, there was several reasons for me. I'm still in corporate, and I still have my business as well, amongst other things that I do. I'm one of those people that I think I will always be dibbling dabbling in something. I just cannot do one thing. My mind just does not work that way. And at times I do spread myself very thin with, trying to do the podcast and do my business and the consulting and the nonprofit, and then still trying to work corporate and still doing this and that. And I just, for some reason, that works for me. And then I have those times where I'm just absolutely exhausted because I have spread myself too thin. I just need a break. So those times happens as well. But I think that's the only way I know how to function at this point. If I'm doing, several different things, if I'm navigating those different things. But for me, becoming a business owner, I think it was going to happen regardless. I think that with me, and I can be very stubborn at times. I don't always like people telling me what to do. And as a business owner, you still, you still got to listen to people. You have to listen to people throughout life. But I don't necessarily have someone telling me how to run and operate my business. So that for me was probably just going to be destined. I think I was going to be a business owner regardless, because I can be very stubborn at times, and sometimes I like things to go my way. That is a Capricorn trait, of course, and I am a Capricorn to the fullest. We are stubborn goats. So I think for me, it was just going to be something that happened because I just love to do things. I have a vision on how I like things to be done and how I like things to operate. And for me, the only way to accomplish those things is to have my own business, to operate my own business. So it was just destined for me anyways. And the things that I wanted to do, because I have so many visions and so many things I just like to, incorporate myself in, that the only way I could really do these things was to have my business, my consulting business. Because say for instance, I want to do curriculum, which is something that I do. I do instructing and curriculum for a lot of different school districts and for nonprofits and for individuals. And so I want to do curriculum. But on doing curriculum, I also help people start their nonprofits. I also help people, start their LLCs. And, I'm helping people I'm helping people change their whole careers. So I'm helping people by starting their resume from scratch. So I am revamping people's resumes, and we are finding the jobs that are suitable, and we are catering their resumes to these jobs and the change of careers that they want to do. So there's just so many things I do with my consulting business. That's the only way I really could do it. I couldn't go into corporate and do 10 jobs. Well, you can do 10 jobs in one. No, I'll take that back. Because a lot of times we do when we are working and doing 10 jobs in one. But it would really be hard to incorporate me, helping people start their business, their nonprofit, their 501c3, and then still doing instruction and curriculum for nonprofits and for school districts, but still over here helping people revamp their whole careers and their resumes, and still being able to do life coaching and mindfulness and all of these things, that I just absolutely love to do. It would have been really hard to do these things within, corporate, whatever the position would have been. Either if I'm in corporate, I'm going to be strictly doing curriculum. And I can train, of course, individuals on this curriculum and instruction and things, but it's kind of hard to maybe incorporate other things into that as well. So it was only very likely that I was going to be a business owner where I could do everything that I want to do, because it's like almost impossible for me to really just narrow down what I want to do. And I realized that a couple of years ago. I did, because I would always hear people or see people, I'm not even going to say here, I would see people put their focus on one thing, and they will put their all into it. And I just admired that so much. I'm like, man, they put their focus and their all into this one thing, and they see it from beginning to end. And here I am over here. I'm putting 10% in this, 20% in that, 30% in this, 50% in this. And I love it. At some point I get it started, and I will get it finished. But I just admired people that could really pinpoint and focus on that one particular thing that they want to do and see it from beginning to end. And I wanted that. At least I thought I wanted that. And then I realized that, Makeda, you can't, because there are too many things that you really want to do. So what I really started doing is, like, some things I was like, I can push that back. I don't necessarily have to do that right now. So I did have to focus, just say, on, 4 or 5 things instead of 10 things. I'm like on one person. Now I can work on 10 things, but this going to get 5%. This going to get 10. This might get 3. Because I still have a family, work-life balance and all of this. So I was like, I can't really necessarily do 10 things. So let's try 5. Let's try the podcast. Let's try, corporate. Let's try, the business owner. Plus, of course, my family, which is definitely most important, more than anything. So I have to put more focus and more time into my family, then everything else just kind of falls in line behind that. So I think I was always going to be a business owner, even when I was younger, because I always had a vision on how I wanted to do things, and things that I may have wanted to do that it may be hard to find in corporate, where you can do all of these things into one. So what made you want to start your business? I would just love to hear. What was your reasoning for wanting to start your business? Was it because you got tired of corporate? Or is it because you just, like me, you wanted to really just kind of do your own thing? Or, you was like, man, I can make X amount of money with my own business, and, there may be a cap for me on what I can make if I'm working in corporate, or if I'm working in somebody else's company or organization. So what was your reasoning? Or if you knew it was just your passion. And I think for me, being a business owner, you have to have a passion for it. You have to have a passion. You have to have an ideal. And you have to put money, time, effort into it. Because it's not always easy. It is not always easy being a business owner, but I wouldn't trade it because I absolutely love everything about it. Because I can go to my office, I can make my own schedule, I can meet with my clients, and when I meet with my clients and I have conversations with them, and it's so, you can't even describe it. It's a totally different feeling when you're talking to your clients and you're just having the conversations with them and you're helping them with their business, or you're helping them to change careers, or they want to revamp some things in your life. So just having these conversations with your clients is like one of the best things in the world. So, but what was your reasoning for wanting to be a business owner? Are you still in the beginning stages where you are thinking about being a business owner? You even have an idea of what kind of business that you want, but you're just kind of stuck right there. So, get your paper, get your pen, start jotting down some ideals on how you want your business to look, or where do you see your business in 2 to 3 years. If you're selling a product, now this is something that I did some years ago when I would make jewelry. I made jewelry for a couple of years. And so what I started doing is I would take my jewelry pieces and, the little thing that your jewelry comes on, especially like if they're earrings, the little thing that it comes on when you purchase it. I can't think of the name of it. But I would actually take it, and I would take it to Target, and I would put it in the jewelry section, hang it up next to the other jewelry that was in Target, and I would actually take a picture of it next to the other jewelry just to see what my jewelry would look like in Target. So whatever your ideal is, even if it's you're selling products, hair products, body care products, bottle your product up. Take it to Target or Walmart or whatever store. Favorite store, even if it's not a favorite store. Just bottle up your things, Take it up to the store, put it on a shelf. Take a picture, see what your product will look like on that shelf. Oh, it's such a wonderful feeling. When I saw the jewelry up there and I just took a picture of it, I was like, man, I could really see my jewelry in Target. Only thing that stopped it was me. In that case, that was the only thing that stopped it. I didn't no longer want to do it anymore. Sometimes I do go through phases, and I do go through these fads where I may start something and it just no longer intrigues me anymore, and I want to just do something else. And so that was one of the things that I started, and I was just like, okay, I'm not feeling it right now anymore, but I may pick it back up later, and when I do, I'll just put more effort into it, of course. But, whatever it is, if you have a particular office that you want your business, go visit a location. Take a picture of this particular location and just start mapping out how do you want your decorations and your furniture and things to look in this office. Whatever it is, whatever your business is, whatever your business ideal is, just think of how your product will look at a particular store, at a particular location. Just think of what it look like. Then also say, by year 3, you're like, I want my business to be generating this amount of money. It can. It definitely can. It's just going to take work. It is definitely going to take work. It is going to take you putting a lot of your energy and effort into it, which you should. It's your business. It is your thing. I always encourage people, put more effort, time, money into your business than somebody else's. Who better to invest in yourself? I mean, I did, and I think it was the best decision I could possibly make. Who better to invest in myself? I trust myself. I know this is what I want to do. I know I'm going to give it all the time, effort, sweat, tears that I can. So invest in yourself. Whatever your business ideal is, do it. This is the year. Do it. So I would just love to hear business owners out there. If you are not a business owner, you're really considering, I say just go for it. This episode probably was a little longer than I wanted to be because I I just wanted to make it brief, but I'm really passionate when it comes to, being an entrepreneur, business owners, and just having these conversations. So I'd love to hear, business owners, how are you doing? How are you doing for 2022? And for anyone that's actually thinking about starting a business, please just share your ideas on where are you at in the process. Is it just the ideal? Have you already, found the location? Have you already got funding for it? Do you have investors? You have people on board for it? What step are you in your business process? I would just love to hear it. So please share. And as always, this is the Black Educated Tea Podcast.